Hello and welcome back to the JumpCast. Hi, I'm Max, number 2 technically, and joined by my 2 co-hosts.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, and if you didn't already know, that was Max 1 and Nick. I'd like to welcome you all to episode 55. We finally managed to get into, I don't know, numbers that I feel like are worthy of a podcast. I don't know, maybe that's just my own perception.
More than a year.
Yeah, we've been going for a good amount of time now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah, this technically is it because it'd be like because we've had break weeks before, so it's been technically over a year
Right.
of podcasts. But
Right.
yeah.
Oh, also, we are so sorry we didn't do book club last week.
Oh yeah.
We had
scheduling mess ups and
just
life,
a bunch of issues.
I didn't read anything, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't read anything.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
I had Kaiju number 8 lined up.
Oh,
but
okay.
Other than that, I mean, there was a new. I mean, obviously we wouldn't have talked about it last week, but there's a new series called Astro Baby on Shonen Jump.
Yeah, that one just released,
which looks incredibly intriguing. I only read quite literally the first 3 pages of it, and I am so fascinated.
Hooked.
Yeah, so if y'all are looking for something new to read, I already recommend it even after reading 3 pages. Don't know if it's actually any good, but might as well try it out. But yeah, I guess we should actually start talking about the thing that we are supposed to be talking about. Chapter, what is it?
249.
249. We're finally getting into the weeds.
Yes. Okay,
almost a quarter of 1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
I doubt we'll probably get that far with JJK, but
definitely.
Oh
not.
yeah. No One Piece here.
No.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. I will jump into the quick summary. So, the beginning of this chapter cuts back to the forest where Kenjaku and Takaba fought. So, quick summary to that. What is it? Kenjaku got speed blitzed by Yuta. He chopped off his head. And he said, like, my will shall be carried on. And then as that happens, Yuta notices in his peripherals, Geto's / Kenjaku's body starts convulsing as he immediately summons Rika, as he realized that this was hinted back at the hidden inventory or like premature death arc when Toji said, I don't want to kill this guy. I don't know what's going to happen to all of his cursed spirits when he dies. What we learned is that they all just pop out of Geto's body right there. So there's a rampage of cursed spirits. Yuta and Rika take care of it. A cursed spirit picks up Kenjaku's head as he adds in the rule to make Megami the authority to activate the merger between humanity and Tengen. So that gets put in, and Kenjaku says, "That's my backup plan." Sukuna's has undergone the ritual, everything like that. We then see a little baby Tengen get shot off like a little shooting star in the direction of Sukuna. So if we remember last chapter when there's like that thing that got summoned above his head, there was the theory it was like Kogane or something, or at least I threw that out there. It was actually Tengen. He ate Tengen to signify that he can control the merger now. We then see what is it? Kenny say it wasn't 1,000 years of fun, but he enjoyed that his last battle was with Takaba as Yuta stabs him in the head, finally confirming that Kenjaku's just gone, and it's only Sukuna and Urame left. Then we cut back to the back in Shinjuku with Yuta fighting Sukuna. he goes on this whole monologue, basically saying he states these couple things. So Sukuna's reverse curse technique is coming back, which means that his domain expansion will come back. He has this inner monologue of like, I should have stayed here. Higuruma died because of me, taking the blame for everything like Yuta usually does. And so then he's like trying to give himself an excuse of like, no, Rika needed to be there in order to reduce the amount of cursed spirits and human fatalities, like everything like that. Then Yuta tries to attack Sukuna. He tries to slash him with the sword. Yuta notices that this is someone pointed out on TikTok, this is a really cool thing, that when he's grabbing the katana, he's using his cleave and dismantle, kind of like a chainsaw, so that he's not actually touching the blade. And someone akin that to like infinity, where like he's making a barrier between him and himself. Um, I'll cut through this part really quickly. Sukuna is getting dogged on by Yuta and Rika. He's keeping up, but not as well as he could be. Like Yuta lands a good punch on him. Um, we then get to Yuta saying, I've been making up excuses. I wanted to kill Kenjaku by my own hands. That's why we're in this situation. So then he brings out his domain, um, which has a really dumb name, Authentic Mutual Love. But it looks really cool. As soon as he does that, Sukuna throws out a hollow wIcKeR basket as like a simple domain. Um, Yuta then just again a blitz. He goes super fast. He grabs a katana from his domain, hits Sukuna. Turns out it was the thin icebreaker from Uro's curse technique. And then the whole situation is explained that Yuta brought in Yuji with his domain, and the whole plan is to keep Kenjaku's arms and extra mouth preoccupied. Why say Kenjaku? Sukuna's mouth and arms preoccupied with hollow wIcKeR basket, while while Yuta keeps on hitting him with sure hit effects to get while Yuji keeps on punching Sukuna and tries to capture his soul and rip it out of Megami's body. Um, so yeah, I'll just cut it right there because I'm not doing good with the explanation this week.
No, you're good.
But yeah, and so then that also just kind of reveals that Yuji's curse technique is that he can pull souls out of other people's bodies. So yeah. What do you guys think of this chapter?
Yeah, just so much going on.
Yeah.
So many things happening. I am glad that we
real.
got confirmation on Kenjaku's death, though.
Yeah, the same thing here. It's good that they cleared up everything and like we're now at like this final objective where like what is it? We still have to see what happens with Hakari and Urame, but like we now know what the plan is, what their backup plan is for getting Sukuna out of Megami's body.
I think it's very fitting the way Kenjaku's going out. Yeah, that was cool. Did anyone else like the scene of like the cursed spirit holding him up? Did anyone else get like Attack on Titan vibes?
Yeah.
With like Eren, I was like,
oh yeah, that's a good connection.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. And like I thought we were gonna get like that was the merger, was like some founding Titan shit. But I like this more. I think it's perfect for Kenjaku's character to realize that he's kind of useless to his own plan now, and it's nice to know he had a backup plan to keep his plan going. And it seems like with Sukuna there is someone that's willing to work with him on his plan. So
yeah,
Max, you're cooking. You're
Thank
cooking
you.
right there.
Yeah, just want to point out on page 2, that first panel, there's a little crab curse spirit. I kind of like how he looks. He's a little silly looking.
On the left?
On which side?
It would be on the right side of page 2, on the top. There's the top 2 panels. He's on the right panel. He's like the one full on focus on the fence.
About.
Yeah,
when he's climbing on the fence.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's a little silly looking.
He's a little guy.
Yeah,
he's a little goofy.
I want him to beat Sukuna now, little crab dude. But no, this chapter was great. As the self-appointed Yuta dick rider of the podcast. You know, I'm gonna be coping in 2 weeks. I'm gonna be like all those Gojo fans on TikTok, not believing he's gonna be dead, but yeah. And I didn't even think, like, Nick, the way you pointed out of the like using cleave and dismantle like infinite void, I didn't even think about it that way until you pointed it out. So that's a really cool point.
Yeah,
I liked
it was
that.
pointed out by one of the TikTokers that reviews the leaks.
Mhm.
I can't pronounce his username to save my life, but he pointed that out, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Like, Sukuna's on one. He can do anything at this point.
And it's
He's
cool,
so
like
versatile with his curse.
Sukuna evolving throughout the fight. His fights, you know.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought that was kind of cool. But we still see. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know if it's just because it's so not in detail, but I think Sukuna's hand is healed now.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was like smoking
Yeah.
all of last chapter, like for a second, it's smoking. I think, and
Yeah.
that's fine.
I think that helps with like what Yuta was saying, is that like his reverse curse technique is coming back.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Broken Fire, like, keep up.
Yeah. This chapter is so good, and the issue is that like with what Yuta is saying, because he's also really good when it comes to like analysis and fighting. I know how Yuta is gonna like lose this fight from how he's been explaining everything, which is that like I think in 2 chapters or so, or a chapter, Sukuna's gonna pull out his domain again.
Mhm.
I should save what I think is gonna happen next chapter for the end of this episode. But that's the only thing that's coming to my head.
Fair enough.
So I need to think of something else.
Yeah, because it would recharge. It was never taken from him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason why he couldn't do it before is because of
Brain melt.
Gojo. Yeah, melting his brain.
No brain.
Dude,
No
he's
brain.
literally taking like brain rot to a whole nother level. He's
For real.
literally the fandom, dude. But I saw, like, I've never seen Fate, but I've seen people comparing like the look of Yuta's domain to something from Fate. Which I don't know if you guys had saw anything about that, but
Fate's
I have
Gambit?
not.
no, like the
Fate
they call it, like
series.
Blade Works or something. I don't know.
Blade? I haven't
Unlimited
heard of
Blade
this.
Work. That's why I saw someone on TikTok call it, but it's basically just like how Yuta's thing is. It's just a field of swords.
Mm-hmm.
I will agree with Nick. I think the name is kind of a little dumb.
Yeah.
Because like the domains to me like have this like what's the best way of explaining it? Is there's like a divine feeling to every domain, like the name of it. And this one doesn't have that. But you could argue that maybe it has that name that's not divine feeling, because I mean, personally, I think with Yuta's character, he's kind of humble about everything he does, and so maybe his domain, he's trying to make himself more humble this way too, or something. I don't know, but
True. He always doesn't like, well, what is it? He gives himself enough credit, but he always just tries to be a nice guy. But yeah, going into that, this domain is so good. It's so good. I love its design.
it's what you would expect. I mean, the effects of like his sure hit, it's what I'd expect his domain to be like. I originally, like during the 3-way domain clash, I was thinking it was going to be something with like a bunch of mirrors, and if you get reflected into Yuta in the domain, he can use your curse technique. But I think, you know, the way of making it so instead of that, it's just the swords channel curse techniques and he can just use them infinitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great for his character. Like maybe we'll see him, of course, bust out some more curse speech, or I don't know, maybe even
stuff like
maybe
that.
he's tried to do something with like the infinity or something, or I don't know. We'll see. We'll just have to see what
I
he
can
busts
see
out.
that definitely happening.
Toji gets resurrected again.
Another
How
like gay.
how did you get to that?
I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny if you'd be like, copy old lady technique, Lamau XD Toji
Somehow he
Fushiguro.
copied it, yeah.
Yeah, he
I
gets
think it'd be
another
good-
piece
yeah.
of
I
Toji's
personally,
hair.
I want to see Yuta bring out a technique from someone he met in Africa. I think that'd be really interesting. So like instead of more like, I guess Japanese inspired techniques, like something from Africa, so that would hopefully, in my opinion, catch Sukuna more off guard because he wouldn't have experienced something like that. He
That'd be
wouldn't know how
actually
to
pretty
act.
cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Find out if Miguel actually had a technique and he's
Yeah, I
letting
think
Yuta
that'd be
use it,
cool to
or
see if he
Yuta
had
use
something
it.
like that.
Mhm.
But
Also, one more thing. I know almost 100. I mean, obviously it has meaning, but do you guys know what the knots behind like that are the barrier for his domain are? Are they like promise knots or something? They have some kind of significance, but I don't know what they are.
it
Maybe.
could be the Red String of Fate, like legend in Japan. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I have
Where
it.
like every quote unquote like person has a red string connected to them that is connecting them to someone else that's who they're fated with. I don't know the implications of it being one looks like it's red and the other being white.
Yeah. I could not tell you. I just think it looks pretty.
I just looked it up.
So I got a quick Google search as well. A bond. I'm getting like a bond between people, and also it's a way of warding off evil.
Yeah. Oh, it's imbuing Japanese souls and hearts. I think. Wait.
So there's I'm finding there's 3 different knots here. Let me find out what the third one means, because the one that Yuta has.
Bro.
It
all I
means
wanna
people
say-
have a good relationship forever, and it will be used both for happy events and sad events.
Mm-hmm.
The way that Yuta's is tied. So that styling, I'm gonna
Megami could have totally just gotten Yuta to bust out his domain. And then just tame Maharaga right then and there.
Yeah, it's kind of seems like an understand. I'm dropping it in our chat for the podcast, but this is the name, what the third one is called. I will see if I know there's someone I know that speaks Japanese and stuff. I'll see if they can help with the pronunciation of that later, and I'll put a comment or a community post about what that means.
Oh, okay.
Because I have no idea. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. So, but so it seems like just like tying someone's fate, I guess, and then like a good relationship. But I don't know the implications of it being one side, if there's an implication of it one side being white and one side being red. But I don't know also if you guys noticed, but it seems like in Yuta's domain, it's probably just because it's like, it's rubble, but like some of it looks like crosses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I doubt there's some sort of meaning behind that, but
I mean, it could be.
that's something I just noticed. Where like Sukuna is standing, kind of where Yuta's standing, and then kind of right under that knot, right under the middle knot, there's something like that. So I didn't know if that had a meaning, but something I noticed.
That.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I do know one thing though. On page 16.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this joke was going to be funnier in my head. Look at them toes.
Oh my
Dude,
god, you're right though. Look at that left foot.
Bro is spreading them.
Made a joke of like the Nide wind panel during all the lobotomy stuff, and it's just a picture of Sukuna's foot with the Nide wind. So Dude, those look like a hobbit from like Lord of the Rings or something.
Dead ass.
Yeah, he's got them toes. He's got feet.
Dude, he's got to put those grippers away.
Bro, put on your lemon pepper steppers.
Oh, this is one thing that I want to go over. So like, I don't know, you guys have definitely seen the lobotomy Kaizen about Sukuna having like the plot armor and like, oh, my anti
Yeah.
something domain. I haven't used this since the Han era. And the amount of people that are saying that Hollow Wicker Basket was an ass pull are idiots. I just want to point that out. Like, that is the most reasonable thing that he could have done, and it made so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's no confirmation that he knows like the simple domain thing. He knows how to do
Yeah.
that. So,
Which like simple domain would have been like, it's a more complicated technique, and that's like, I honestly would have been fine if he knew simple domain from watching Gojo do it once. But like, just people complaining that he used this ability is like, guys, there's literally nothing else that he could have done. Like, people would have been more mad if he just pulled out his domain.
yeah.
So,
No, but
copium.
yeah. But it's nice to see that like the sure hit. I mean, it didn't completely eviscerate Sukuna, but it went through.
Deny out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're just gonna see Yuta pull out a bunch of techniques against him. Just put him up against the corner.
I would
I'd love
like to
see if
see.
Rika pulled something out too as well. Like Rika started pulling out swords.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see if because we've never seen someone with like oh my gosh, why can't I not think of it? The curse speech. I don't, correct me if I'm wrong. We've never seen anyone just say die before. So I think it'd be kind of interesting to see if like Yuta tries that in his domain where he has like a sure hit, see if that does something.
Did Yuta not say die back in JJK 0?
That's what I say. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if he did.
Hold on.
But
or like explode or something like that.
I remember he saying explode or something because he said like crush or something, but off the top of my head, I don't remember.
Uh-oh.
Here, I'm looking for it right now. Damn, the art style changed.
Oh no, he did say die in.
Yeah, he did.
Chapter 0.4. So
He used it.
I was mistaken. I retract my statement. But
That's all good.
But I think it'd be cool still if he used die and he used it in a way like said die again, but it souped up, you know, a year's worth of knowledge of being a sorcerer and a domain.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I don't know if it's possible for him to use that against Sukuna though.
Yeah, there's.
I don't know if you'd have to worry about him hitting the other Rika and Yuji in the domain as well, or he could focus the attack on just one person.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see like a 3v1 with Sukuna, and like he's like, bro, I can't handle all these curse techniques. What's actually going on? I want him to actually be scared again. It probably won't happen. He'll be too excited, but
yeah.
And again, this is like the perfect moment also for Maki to try and come in. Because she could just walk right into the domain, stab him, and leave.
Yeah. Just like, sorry, I'm in and out.
Well, because maybe the plan is, I mean, you see they're just trying to make an opening for Yuji to get a hit. That's what Sukuna thinks. But maybe the plan is Yuta to try and wear down Sukuna a bunch. Maki comes in with the soul-splitting katana, splits his soul, and that gives Yuji the opening to try and like
at least take a chunk out of it. Like he takes one part of it.
Like that's how I can try and get Megami out of it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or try and get Megami out, or try and switch with Megami. But
well, Sukuna says that he thinks that they're gonna take him out, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he just states that like they're gonna, what is it? Yuji's gonna capture his soul and rip it from Megami's body.
Well, it says, well, that's the weird thing is that it says, then the boy will deliver a blow that captures the soul and tears Megami Fushiguro's body from my body. So has he, are we about to see two physical manifestations or something?
I mean, maybe, but again, probably a mistranslation
Yeah.
because I think it's just tearing Sukuna out of Megami's body for this one.
What did the leaks say? Do you guys remember?
Honestly, like one for one, except for that last line.
Oh, okay.
Like even how they translated the domain was pretty close to it. The only other thing is that Sukuna says, "How nice! Everyone has a role," and City said, "Oh, how great! You have a role as well."
Mm.
Like making fun of Yuji. Um, but yeah,
Oh, they included you.
yeah, exactly. That honestly would have been a way better line.
I was saying like you have a role.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh, they included you. That's actually a really good one. Um, but yeah, I I really like the confirmation that Yuji has the ability to tear souls out of other people's bodies.
Hmm. Well, because maybe Sukuna, like, as soon as, well, Yuji was like the vessel for Sukuna, maybe Sukuna like analyzed him or something and found that to be his technique, but just like didn't tell him
Mm-hmm.
because, you know,
Oh,
he's a
yeah,
fucking asshole.
just to screw with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Uh, yeah.
Bleeding
But yeah.
prick.
but yeah, I don't know.
What up?
Okay, I'm gonna oh, sorry, you go.
No, I have a feeling you're about to say what the thing that you said that you wanted to talk about at the end of the episode.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's what I want to go over. So I can pretty sure say what I think is going to happen. Um, I think next chapter it is going to be Yuta just hitting him with sure hit effects continuously while Sukuna's just blocking him. Um, if not blocking them, he's going to be taking damage from them. Like he's going to be getting like the full on like 3-on-1 like
Jump Kaisen's
fight
back.
back.
Yeah.
They jump at
Yeah.
me.
And the thing is that we see that Sukuna's healing up that eye. He's not going to be healing his wounds. And uh, Yuta's going to think this is too funky. But right before it's too late, I think that Sukuna's going to throw out his domain.
Yeah.
He's going to prioritize like healing his brain in this moment.
That's probably what he's been doing,
Just to
actually.
that out. Yeah. Yeah, like probably the entire fight, except for
That's
like fighting Gojo.
Yeah, that's why he's been taking so long with all the other things he's been healing. Is that he must be focusing on repairing his brain.
Yeah. But like I think that that's just what's gonna happen. I'll preface, I don't think Yuta's gonna die. I like and if he does, I'm gonna be surprised. I think that the four that they showed, like in that colored panel, like Maki, Hakari,
Mm-hmm.
Yuta, and Yuji, they're gonna live. But I could very well see Rika dying.
Mm,
Um because of the domain, but Yuta gets pulled out just in the nick of time, as well as Yuji.
that's possible. I
So
wonder
yeah.
then, isn't Rika's the well of cursed energy for Yuta, right?
Yeah, and the thing that captures all of the curse techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my coworker went on this whole thing of like how does Yuta's technique work and how does Rika work? Um, and so then this is just like from what people have said in the series. So like Yuki said that someone can't have more than like three curse techniques in their brain before frying it.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. So what I think is that Yuta just has the copy ability, and he just managed to copy Rika, and then with that, there's like some form of a binding vow that like, hey, she'll be able to capture any copy technique that I want,
Mm-hmm.
and so then she's the thing that prevents him from frying his brain. Um, so yeah,
Well, I guess we just gotta wait and see.
real. For real, for
Yeah.
real.
For real, for real.
What do you guys are thinking what's gonna happen next chapter?
Honestly, I agree with your prediction. I am also on the
I cooked
fence.
too good.
Hmm?
I cooked too good.
Yeah, exactly. You stole what I was gonna say. You can't keep doing that. Shut up.
Stop.
Stop. But genuinely though, I feel like Yuta actually has a shot of staying alive. I think there will be some kind of, because there always has to be genuine stakes to everything. Someone has to lose something, and I feel like Yuta's gonna lose something. Maki will eventually lose something. Like either Yuta's gonna become disabled through Rika dying, or like I don't know. I don't know what to think. I think you're right in the sense that it's going to be Rika that we lose. That's how we lose Yuta. But I think then Maki's gonna come in and we're just gonna cycle through everybody. And I have a feeling that the series is probably gonna culminate in Yuji's sacrifice of his own life.
To get Megami back.
Yeah, I feel like that's just going to be like the ultimate, because that's basically what's been happening this entire time, is just them taking turns, sacrificing themselves for one another, and ultimately it has to be Yuji that dies, just because of the binding. Well, I don't know, the theorized binding vow that was made, or not binding vow,
the curse,
the curse from his grandfather.
Mm-hmm. It dies surrounded by people.
Yeah,
I could see that. I also have a good feeling that Yuji may live at the end of the series. Like him and Megami will live. Just because it's also like breaking the cycle. I feel like that could very well happen as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Prudden, what do you think?
I think that Yuta is going to blitz Sukuna in the next chapter, and Sukuna's gonna die. And he's gonna go, "Oh my gosh, Yuta, you saved us. You were the Jujutsu Kaisen all along." And they're gonna break out into song and dance, and the series is gonna end.
And a new Wired One was born.
No, no. I kind of like what Nick and Max have been saying about how Yuta's just gonna go ham. I would like to see next week if there is a limit to how much of a copy technique Yuta can use. Like maybe the more times he uses it, the more it gets burnt out and it's not as powerful. So maybe we see like a limit to like a limitation of how much he can use it or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of thinking, but something like that would be nice. I'd like to see what techniques Yuta has. Like I really like what I said earlier about the African inspired technique, like something from Africa. I think that would be really cool because there are a lot of techniques, in my opinion, in JJK that are probably inspired by, or I shouldn't say, in my opinion, should say that seem like they're probably inspired by Japanese mythology and like the Shinto religion. So it'd be cool to see if like there's something like that, but like the African mythology and the African religions all across the country. So
I mean, we had a Christian one with Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah,
right?
so it's just something like that where it's just more culture. I don't know how to describe it. Just more cultures being used in JJK or something. Because I felt like that's what they were like hinting at for a while, with like all the other countries coming to Japan and Utah going to Africa for a year. So I don't know. That's my thought.
I think we can see that. We really are at the tail end of the series now. With how we're sitting. I'm just trying to think, because I love Maki. I'm trying to think on how she can leave an impact on Sukuna as well. Either that, or it is just like these teams of 2-on-2-on-2. Like Maki just shows up and just cuts Arame in half, and just like, you think that we wouldn't team up? Loser.
LMAO.
For real, for real.
That would be really funny if she just bisected Arame.
Yeah, it's just like, I have to go even harder against you. And then just like a shink, gone.
Yeah.
It would kind of suck because God, her name is frustrating. Ice Lady. It'd be kind of disappointing just because I feel like Ice Lady has high potential, and then if she just gets folded, I mean,
Destroyed.
it needs to happen for the sake of the speed of the ending, but also, you know, it kind of sucked because she's cool.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I like your idea on everyone has to lose something as well. I'm just thinking, what would Hakari lose?
He would finally
run out of luck.
I
mean, maybe
Rocky will lose the sword, which is like
right.
And then Rika. Yeah, Hakari just can't gamble anymore.
Because he's been hitting. He's been perpetually hitting jackpots.
But maybe what he loses is it always being a jackpot. Like there's actually a chance he could not get a jackpot in his domain.
True. Because like, what is it? It's been like 30 times that he's been in a domain before he hits jackpot. And he managed to survive. So maybe it's just like, oh God, I'm losing on my streak.
I mean, God, he's such a cool character. I had a point. It left my brain. Anyway, yeah, he's probably gonna eat shit. That's just how it be.
True.
But do you guys have anything else? Any other comments? Any thoughts?
No.
Rest in peace, my boy Yuta.
Yeah, all right.
Shut up.
We know one person that will be holding a ceremony for you.
I'm gonna have my camera on with the week he dies. I'll be wearing all black. I'll be in mourning.
That would be a great intro to the podcast.
I'll give a little sermon or something.
We need to do that for the last episode of the series.
We're all black.
Yeah, we all wear black. We all have our cameras on. I think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. I think
monologues. We all create monologues.
Yeah, exactly. Like
obituary.
Yeah, exactly. Obituaries that you'd read at a funeral. All right, well, I think we're gonna end it there. This was one heck of a week, and the story's ending, but I think I'm actually pretty happy with it, and I hope that you guys are as well. Thanks again for tuning in to the JumpCast. This was episode 55.
4, I believe.
No, 55. 55.
Okay. I had brain fart.
You're good. But yeah, once again, thank you all for listening. We hope you tune in 2 weeks from now because we do have another break week, right?
No.
Oh, we don't.
Chapter next week.
Oh, okay, sweet.
And we forgot to go over it. I'll cover this quickly. Theoretically, there are no more leaks going on because the one store that sold the early copy of Shonen Jump to the leakers for One Piece and JJK, they got arrested apparently.
Yo.
For doing that. Labeled like early discovery. So theoretically we don't get leaks until Sunday/Friday in Japan when Shonen Jump comes out.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
So we'll be just as shocked as everyone else will be.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dang, that's actually a big deal. Okay, we can talk about that more next time. Regardless, again, thank you for listening. We hope you tune in next week. There was something else that I was going to say, but it's no longer in my brain. So I guess I just got to say bye. So see you next week. Bye-bye.
Have a good week. Bye-bye, everyone.